Hello everyone, in this video we are going to talk about the history and the complete story of Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. Let's talk about Ayodhya first. The origin of the Ayodhya Ram Mandir can be traced back to the ancient Hindu epic Ramayana. According to the epic, Ayodhya is the birthplace of Lord Ram. In the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, near the banks of the holy river Saryu, Ayodhya city is situated. The site of Ayodhya Ram Mandir is believed to be Ram Janmbhoomi. As we all know, the grand opening date of Ayodhya Ram Temple is scheduled for 24th of January 2024. It is the world's third largest Hindu shrine. But do you know the Ayodhya Ram Mandir and the disputes surrounding its construction have been one of the biggest chapters in India's political and religious history? So let's talk about the history and the complete story of Ayodhya Ram Mandir starting from 1528 to the present 2024. The history of the Ram Temple dates back to the British period. The Babri Masjid was constructed by the Mughal Emperor Babur in the year 1528 on the site which is believed to be the site of the Ram Janmbhoomi, the birthplace of Ram. But the first episode of religious violence over the site of Babri Masjid in Ayodhya occurred in 1853. According to the reports, the Nirmohis, a Hindu section, emphasized that a Hindu temple was demolished during Babur's era to build this mosque. 1855. A few years later, that is around 1855, the Britishers made a partition at the site of the mosque and divided it into two sections with the help of a fence. Muslims were given permission to pray within the mosque and the outer court was granted to the Hindus. Then, in 1885, Raghubar Das, who was the Mahant at the Ram Chabutra outside the Babri Masjid, filed a suit in the Faizabad Civil Court seeking permission to build a canopy on Ram Chabutra, which was a raised platform outside the mosque, but it was dismissed by the district court. The year 1949 was perhaps one of the most significant turning points in the entire Ram Temple movement. That year, an idol of Lord Ram was found inside the Babri Masjid. Then, in 1961, the Sunni Central Waqf Board filed a suit in Faizabad Civil Court declaring Babri Mosque as the property of the board. 1980s was the time when the campaign was launched to build the Ram Temple. A committee led by Vishwa Hindu Parishad Party (VHP) was established with the motive to free the birthplace of Lord Ram and construct a temple in his honor. Ayodhya court ordered mosque to be opened for Hindus to offer prayers in 1986. Then, in 1989, the construction of the Ram Temple was initiated by the VHP on the adjacent land to Babri Masjid. A case was filed by the former VHP Vice President Justice Dioki Nandan Agarwal urging the relocation of the mosque. The four pending subsequent suits in the Faizabad court were transferred now to a special bench of the High Court. 1990 was the time when the Rath Yatra launched by Lal Krishna Advani was another defining moment in the Ram Mandir movement. The BJP's then President Advani led the Rath Yatra from Somnath in Gujarat to Ayodhya to express support for the Ram Temple agitation. 1992, the Babri Masjid demolition. The demolition of Babri Masjid by Kar Sevaks in 1992 was undoubtedly the biggest triggering point that led to political tensions and communal riots across the country. The demolition took place in the presence of leaders from the Shiv Sena, VHP and BJP. In 2003 now, a three-judge bench of the Allahabad High Court, which was hearing to determine the ownership of the disputed land, ordered the Archaeological Survey of India, that is ASI, to excavate the site and determine if it was a temple earlier. The ASI surveyed the disputed site and reported evidence of a significant Hindu complex beneath the mosque. In 2010, in the judgment delivered by the Allahabad High Court, it was ruled that the disputed land should be divided into three parts. One third was allocated to Ram Lalla, represented by the Hindu Mazhab. One third went to the Islamic Waqf Board, and the remaining portion was given to the Nirmohi Akhada. But all three parties approached the Supreme Court in 2011. The case continued, and in 2019, in a landmark judgment given by the Supreme Court, a 5-judge bench led by then Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi ruled in favor of the Ram Lalla and stated that the entire land under dispute would be handed over to a trust formed by the government. Court ordered the government to allocate additional 5 acres of land at a different location to Sunni Waqf Board for the construction of Shri Ram Janmbhoomi Tirth Kshetra was the name of the trust set up for the construction and the management of Ram Mandir in Ayodhya by the Government of India in February 2020. As per the judgment, the trust was given the responsibility of monitoring the construction of Ram Temple at the site. Then came 2020, when PM Modi laid the foundation stone for the construction of the Ram Temple on August 5, 2020. And then coming on to the present year 2024, on January 22nd, 2024, a consecration ceremony, that is Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lalla, is set to take place in Ayodhya. The Pran Pratishtha or the consecration refers to the ritual by which the presiding idol of the temple, in this case Lord Ram, is installed and brought to life. Hope you liked this video. Do like the video and subscribe to Learny Day for more knowledge.